Welcome back to Doberman Dialogues, the podcast where we uncover the rich history and evolving legacy of the Doberman Pinscher. I'm Brittany with Liam, and in today's episode, we're exploring one of the most compelling transformations in this breed's journey, how the Doberman transitioned from a decorated war dog to a respected partner in civilian law enforcement. When we think of military veterans transitioning to civilian law enforcement, there's an incredible story that often gets overlooked. The brave Dobermans who went from fighting in World War II to protecting American streets.
Hey everyone, just to recap, in our last episode we talked about the bravery of the Doberman Pinscher among a few other dogs in World War II, known as the Devil Dogs of the Pacific. But what happened when the war was over? What became of a dog trained for conflict in a world that was shifting toward peace?
That is a good question, Liam. And that is where we'll start this episode, titled From War Dog to Patrol Dog. We follow the Doberman's next chapter, becoming a civilian police dog to protect our American communities. We'll dive into how wartime experience influenced their new role, what made them exceptional partners in law enforcement, and some incredible stories of Dobermans who served with honor and heart on America's streets.
That's fascinating. And the timing was really perfect, wasn't it? You know, Brittany, you could say that the Doberman had excelled on the battlefields, so now they were stepping into a whole new mission. As the guns fell silent in 1945, many of the Dobermans who served in the military's War Dog program, also known as the Canine Corps, came home. While some were retired into the care of their handlers, others were absorbed into growing civilian working dog programs. The military's experience had proven these dogs were not only brave, they were intelligent, obedient, and fiercely loyal. As cities expanded after the war, these military-trained dogs brought their battlefield experience to growing police departments.
That's right, Liam. The metropolitan areas were definitely growing, and as such, the police departments had to grow with the cities. And you know what else really stands out about these dogs, Liam?
No, what?
Their adaptability. They went from detecting enemy soldiers in the Pacific Theater to tracking suspects through urban environments. The military's War Dog program had already proven they were intelligent and loyal. Now they just needed to redirect those skills.
Good point, Britt. On that note, let's talk about what made them such natural fits for police work. I mean, physically, they were like the perfect pursuit vehicle. They were lean, fast, and able to clear obstacles that would stop most humans in their tracks.
Yep, and their intelligence was really something special. These weren't just strong dogs. They could process complex commands from their handlers.
Speaking of handlers, I've read that the training process was incredibly sophisticated. How did they manage that transition from military training to civilian work?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. They had to completely reimagine the training approach. Where military work demanded aggression, police work required this delicate balance of control and restraint. They worked with war dog veterans who understood the breed's instincts to develop new protocols focused on discretion and community presence.
So what made the Doberman Pinscher so suitable for police work? Well, for one, their physicality. With their lean yet muscular frames, Dobermans could sprint quickly, leap fences, and outpace most human suspects.
They are very smart. They could distinguish commands in high-pressure situations and make independent decisions when needed.
They also had focus and amazing loyalty. Once bonded with a handler, their loyalty was unshakable. They would follow commands with precision and protect their human partner with total commitment.
And let's don't forget appearance. They looked the part. Tall, sleek, and alert. The kind of dog that made suspects rethink their next choice. Run or freeze.
So they really proved themselves in the city landscape.
This is so true, Liam. These traits translated perfectly into real-world law enforcement scenarios, from suspect apprehension to search and rescue.
Kind of like the story about Kaiser, the NYPD Dobie.
Oh yes, Kaiser's story has become almost legendary in police dog circles. The tale goes that during this incredibly tense hostage situation in Brooklyn, he managed to disarm a gunman by precisely biting his wrist, just as the suspect was about to turn his weapon on officers. While we can't verify every detail, it really captures what these dogs were capable of.
That reminds me of Greta from the Detroit Police Department. Another amazing story of a Doberman's capabilities.
Exactly. During a brutal blizzard, Greta allegedly tracked down an elderly woman with Alzheimer's who had wandered into the woods. The temperature was below zero, visibility was terrible, but that dog followed the scent through deep snow until she found the woman, who was already showing signs of hypothermia.
You know what's really interesting? How police departments used these dogs for community relations in the 60s and 70s.
Oh my goodness, yes. They would organize these incredible public demonstrations where the Dobermans would showcase everything from basic obedience to complex suspect apprehension scenarios. It wasn't just about showing off, it was about building trust between the community and law enforcement. In fact, several cities began rotating Dobermans through public schools as part of safety and service programs. The goal? Show students that police dogs weren't to be feared. They were partners in safety. They were well-trained professionals.
But then Hollywood got involved, didn't it? And not in a helpful way.
Ugh, don't even get me started. Movies like The Doberman Gang in 1972 completely misrepresented these dogs as vicious attackers. It led to insurance companies flagging them as high risk and some cities even pushing for breed-specific legislation. It's part of why many departments eventually switched to German Shepherds and Belgian Malinois. But the Doberman's legacy is undeniable.
Though we're still seeing some Dobermans in service today, like Canine Bo with the Arlington County Police Department's Explosives Detection Unit.
That's right. Bo joined in 2021 and can detect more than 26 different explosive materials. He's actually named after a search and rescue dog who responded to the World Trade Center on September 11th. It's amazing to see how the breed's legacy of service continues.
Looking back at their journey from World War II to modern law enforcement, what would you say is their most lasting impact?
Well, I think they really helped define what a police canine unit could be. They weren't just enforcement tools. They were guardians, trackers, lifesavers, and partners. You can still find memorials and plaques honoring these dogs in police departments across the country. They proved that the bond between handler and dog could be this incredible force for public safety and community connection.
From Los Angeles to New York to rural sheriff's departments, Dobermans were deployed to track suspects, find missing persons, and protect their human partners in life or death situations.
From the battlefield of World War II to the alleyways of America's cities, the Doberman Pinscher has repeatedly answered the call of duty. Their story in law enforcement is one of adaptability, courage, and unwavering loyalty.
In our next episode of Doberman Dialogue, we'll explore how this strong, intelligent, and sometimes misunderstood breed made yet another transformation.
We'll look at how the Doberman found its place in family life, popular culture, and even the silver screen.
Thanks for joining us on the Doberman Dialogues. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave us a review, share it with a fellow dog lover, and be sure to follow so you never miss an episode.
And don't forget to check out our Instagram page to see some of the beautiful Dobies we've fostered.
And if you are interested in adopting or fostering a Doberman in Arizona, you can reach out to our friends at the Desert Harbor Doberman Rescue of Arizona's adoption team at az.dobierescue.org. All the links are below.
I'm Brittany with Liam on behalf of Dobie Foster Friends and A&M Web Designs, saying stay sharp, stay loyal, and never underestimate the heart of a Doberman. See you next time.